TitleMatchNetwork.com.
What are your thoughts on Dawn Marie, I guess, suing WWE for being fired after she was pregnant?
Well, yeah, you know what? I love Dawn. We've always been friends. I just spent the weekend at her house right after Chris passed. Very happy for her. She has the baby. She's with someone that she loves. As far as the suing thing goes, I've never sued anybody in my life. And their contract states that if you change your appearance in any way, it's grounds for termination. I'm sorry, but being pregnant, you change your look drastically. Sometimes you can't get it back, you know? If you gain 100 pounds, there's a good chance you're not going to look like you used to look.
Right.
So as far as them letting her go, I think it was done a little bit abruptly. She was only a month pregnant when she told them. I think they should have, I don't know, maybe given her something to do where she didn't have, all she said was, I'm not wrestling anymore because I'm pregnant. That's all she said. Because I was with her right before she had a meeting with them. And then they fired her. So they could have done something with her to give her something to do where she didn't have to take bumps until she started showing. And then decide, well, maybe we can't use her anymore. But yeah, I think it was a little rough on them. So maybe she feels she has a good, a point to do and a good case to do it. But it's really not for me to say.
Right.
You know.
Now, last year, I guess the first booking you took was WEW. How did that come about?
Oh, Francine called me and said, I have a booking for you. It was a week after the funeral. And I was like, you know what? I got to get out of the house because I'm just miserable laying here. She's like, it'll be $500. Come on down. I'm like, okay, what the hell? You know?
That was in Texas?
Oh, no. We're talking
okay, yeah.
Dan
Okay.
Cowell.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah. Okay.
So I get there, and of course they want to do the 10 bell count, and they want me to say something. And I was pretty good holding it together, but then I broke down afterwards because it was only a week after,
right.
You know? And then I got really broke down when Dan gave me a check for $100. I was told $5. And I was like, I just came here, got in the ring, poured my heart out on the microphone for all you fucking fans, and you giving me $100 to $5? He goes, I never said $5. I'm like, Francine did.
Right.
And of course she's saying, no, I didn't. Like, I wouldn't have come here for $100.
Yeah. I
wouldn't. So, and then of course on the way home, I realized that, you know what? It's too soon. It was way too soon. Big mistake.
I was going to ask you, my next question, in retrospect, were you ready to handle being in front of a crowd again?
Not so soon, no.
Okay.
I thought I did, and that's why I went. Afterwards, I was like, oh, excuse me. I was like, oh, you know what? No, it was too soon. Wasn't ready. And what did I do after that? Got hammered. After I was doing so well.
Right.
Because I was so fucked up in the head thinking, oh my God, it was way too soon. I got way too emotional. I shouldn't have been there. So I'm like, how am I going to numb the pain? No, I'm going to go get drunk. You know, it's a big mistake. Shouldn't have gone down there. Then none of that would have happened.
Who was your biggest support system afterwards? Was it yourself?
Well, you know, I don't know. It mostly was myself because, like I said, I am the strongest person I know.
Right.
And there's been a lot of times in my life when I needed help, there wasn't really anybody to help me. Only Chris. And really, nobody else knew how to help me. So I was like, all right, I've got to kick myself in the ass to, get back on track because nobody else is really going to do it. Luckily, I do have my mom. We didn't get along for a lot of years, and then we started getting along again the past couple of years. Thank God. So I had her. But yeah, mostly it was like, I would sit there and talk to him and talk to myself. And sometimes I thought I was crazy talking out loud to myself and to him. But I just kicked myself in the ass and said, all right, you don't get depressed about this. You're not going to get upset about this. You're going to move on. So.
How much harder was it, I guess, at that point to resist temptation without the support of Chris with like alcohol and stuff?
You know what? It wasn't because it was such a long time. You running out of battery?
Oh, we'll switch tapes after this question.
Good. I got to clean up anyway. It was such a long time for me not to do anything that it's not like I went, okay, I'm going to go right back down into a ditch. So I was just like, I didn't have the temptation anymore.
Right.
Seriously, it was a long time since I touched a painkiller or a Soma or a Xanax, anything.
Right.
A long time. And it never once did I say, okay, I want to do this again because it was so far out of my mind that it's just, if you're dieting, okay, for whatever.
Right.
And you stop eating ice cream because that's your favorite thing. And you haven't eaten ice cream in like a year. All of a sudden you don't go, I'm going to gorge on ice cream. You're like, you don't need the ice cream.
Been there, done it.
It's the same thing.
We understand that Chris was to be managed by Francine at One Night Stand. Were you going to be a mystery run-in or any part of that show in any way?
I don't even know that Francine was supposed to manage him.
Yeah.
He was booked on the show. We never knew what we're doing until we got there. So that's news to me. I never even heard that. But I was talking to them about doing something, but nothing was ever definite. We didn't know. They were like, yeah, come and we'll figure something out. I said, okay. Because of course, with Shane's not going to screw me over.
Right.
Oh, wait, Shane's show or Vince's show?
This was for Vince's
Vince.
show.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's right. No, I talked to Tommy a couple times, and he was saying the same thing, though. They, wanted to do something but didn't know what. I'm like, all right, let me know. But I didn't really care if I did or not. It would have been nice, but I didn't really care.
Right. I guess
TitleMatchNetwork.com